Greetings, guys. Thank you for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast, where we talk all about them Pittsburgh Pirates and that. My name is Josh. Today is September 17th. Another terrible night at the ballpark last night. 25 total strikeouts in this one. 12 on the Pirates side of the plate, 13 on the other, but this offense will always be the story of this season. Good morning to everybody listening in the morning.
Yeah, it is a good morning there, little man.
Good afternoon and evening to everybody else. Paul Skenes is gassed. That's what I saw in that one. This is why they have to continue to stretch out these guys in increments. 160 innings pitched overall last year. He's now at 179 and 2/3 this season. So it's going up. And he's still got another start or two. Wasn't locating the fastball. Got the pitch count way up. Michael Busch with the home run. Gives up a couple in the first, another one in the second. Just a struggle. The fastball, 31 pitches in the first inning. The fastball was not over the plate. All said, he did not get through the fourth inning and threw over 90 pitches. He's human, I guess. The ERA is still at 2.03. He gave up just the 3 runs, but it was the fact that he had to exit so early and that he was taxed with so many pitches in the process of that made this such a bad start. And it is just a sign of you're missing arm side like that on the fastball, not a lot of strikes being thrown on the fastball, and this is sort of what it looks like when guys are gassed like this. He's going to be set up to go over 200 innings next year. This is why it's just not going to happen this year, but this is why it's so hard to keep that ERA under 2, because especially for a young player in year 2, you're trying to stretch out. You've never done this. You've never gone this deep. And to do this without having outings, even like this one where it's only 3 innings, but it's also only 3 runs, but only 3 2/3 innings. So you're still going to take a hit there. After the first inning, he would have had to get through 4 with no more runs in order to stay under 2. The next run that scored kind of sealed that fate for him because he was not going beyond the 4th inning, even if he got out of that inning. The pitch count was just too high, and it's late in the season and kind of just not worth it. This is sometimes tough baseball to watch for a lot of fans. That they're not. Let's keep it on Skenes. Because that ERA, by the way, is still 20 points lower than the next guy in Major League Baseball. And it's still over 50 points lower than the next National League pitcher. And that's Skubal, and Christopher Sanchez is the National League pitcher. The Cy Young is still very much his for the taking. This was not one of those starts that maybe ruins something like that. It's just one that showed a lot of fatigue. So I think this is okay. It's not, every night you have an opportunity to go out there and be great, but you also have an opportunity to go out there. I don't know if you call this an opportunity, but you have an opportunity to go out there and or go out there and have a bad outing. And this was one of those, like I said, one of those starts that you kind of shake this one off, you move on, you make sure you prep for the next one to make sure that you're dialed in and that fatigue is not going to set in all the way. But it's not a sign of anything wrong, I wouldn't think. I think it's probably just this game is extremely physical in a different way than some sports. The grind of getting through this entire season. And I mean, I mentioned this the other day. The grind of being a bad team in September Like, this is difficult to get it going at this time, and that's justifiable. It's a difficult thing. You feel like you're playing for nothing. The managers and the coaches have to manage and coach thinking of next year and not thinking of winning the game. I know they're trying to win the game, but it's like that. If you're sold out for the postseason, you're trying to win the game at all costs. And there are costs that teams like the Pirates right now will not be willing to invest in if it means it's hard or it's bad for the future or whatever. Or I guess in this case you would say playing somebody somewhere that you want to see. Jared Triolo playing shortstop is the prime example, right? He plays shortstop because they want to see him for next year, not because he gives you the best chance to win a game. At least I hope not, or that's really bad. I mean, when you have Cam Devaney in the lineup and he's playing third and Triolo's at short, it's 100% because you want to see Triolo at short. Because Cam Devaney's going to be a much better shortstop. At least by all accounts. So they're making decisions different. You've seen Nick Gonzalez at shortstop. He doesn't have the arm for that. We're actually seeing that. There are plays that are difficult. And they shouldn't be difficult. A couple plays where there could have been an out at first and it just wasn't enough on the throw. Rafael Flores. I'm just kidding. Rafael Flores has been called up. The front man, I guess, in the return for David Bednar. Flores hit 281, 363, 459. That's an 822 OPS in Indy after the trade. In 36 games, he had 4 doubles, 6 homers, 28 RBIs. The issue I had with what I saw there in those 36 games was the 41 strikeouts. We've got a team that's striking out a ton, and you're calling up a guy who strikes out a ton. The only thing I would say about this is at least he's offering some pop along with it. If he can continue to do this, I'll take the strikeouts. We talk about it all the time. I mean, Aaron Judge is leading the American League in hitting right now. Strikes out a ton. So might even be leading the league in strikeouts as well. I think I can pull that up. He's number 2 in homers. He's number 1 in batting average with a 326. And is 152 strikeouts. That's why he's missed some games. So no, he's not. He's 10th in the league right now. 141 games, so he didn't miss a lot. But 152 strikeouts. So there are guys with more. As a matter of fact, Cal Raleigh, who hit number 55 and 56 home runs this year. 55 to pass Mickey Mantle for the most by a switch hitter. And then 56 to tie Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners' all-time home run lead. 118 RBIs. 361 on base and a 952 OPS for Cal Raleigh. You would be surprised to know that the catcher with the big dumper, as they call him, has 14 stolen bases. He's also struck out 171 times. The top of the National League right now, Kyle Schwarber has 53 home runs, 177 strikeouts. Shohei Ohtani, 49 home runs, 171 strikeouts. Schwarber, 177. Ellie De La Cruz, people still love him. 168 strikeouts, 19 homers. O'Neal Cruz, 166, 19 homers. We know about that one. Brian Reynolds, 168. We know about that one. But my point is the guys ahead of Brian Reynolds and O'Neal Cruz all have more home runs, with the exception of Ellie and O'Neal being tied. All were all-stars. Actually, I don't know about that. I don't know if Schwarber was an all-star this year. But James Wood was. 27 homers, 88 RBIs, 36 doubles, but 209 strikeouts. He's got a 351 on base. Do I care about 209 strikeouts? Maybe. But he's got a 351 on base. I'm not going to complain about that. So I don't know. Strikeouts happen. We don't like them. But if the production can happen along with them, I guess I'm okay with it. That's a tangent there. There's pop. There's pop for Flores. 22 homers so far this season in the minors, 21 last year. There's pop. This is a guy who was a lock to be protected from the Rule 5 draft. He would have been added to the 40-man roster this offseason anyway. So this is not a surprise to see him give him a cup of coffee. I guess the only problem you can have is him getting a feel for how dead this team is. It can't be inspiring. This should be exciting. I don't know. They'll get a look at him in person, which is good. He'll get a taste of MLB play, which is good. Despite the underwhelming, depressing brand of baseball the Pirates are playing here in the last month of the season, I'm looking forward to seeing Flores get some at-bats. Not real confident it's going to change anything. That's not the point. We want to see what he can bring to the table and what we can look forward to for next year, if anything. I have been, I suppose, sarcastically negative here, but I'm going to refrain from being super negative tonight or today. No one needs to hear another vent session from another Pirates podcaster. It's just, I'm going to spare you the same offensive rant we've been doing all season long. There's just no reason to do it. You guys are well aware. That's why you're here still listening to this show in mid-September during a stretch of 10 losses in the last 11 games. Today's game is another early one, 12:35 start. Johan Oviedo versus Matthew Boyd. There's a really good chance Flores gets to start against the lefty today. So hopefully some life to see there. We're halfway to Friday, guys. The Bucks have a day off tomorrow, much needed day off, maybe for all of us. Except me. I'll be back with another show tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday, and let's go Bucks.
I'm bummed out. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast. Subscribing to your platform of choice is the best way to be notified for new episodes. And now, new episodes every weekday. Remember, live shows with my dad and Uncle Jake are Sundays at 9 p.m. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and join them in the live chat every Sunday. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Bridge2 Buctober. Clear the deck, cannonball coming, and let's go Bucks.